Hello?
Welcome to Cry School.
Cool.
Follow me.
Your future is coming for you. But don't worry, we'll get you ready.
My name is Sarah Baldwin. I'm the instructor of Fine Arts and Art History at Cry School, and this is my third year at the school. We look at painting, pottery, we work with graphite, 2D design, 3D design, and just recently we're getting into more digital photography and graphic design. One of the best gifts this program has ever received is the gift of this space, the Kennedy Herderich Art Studio. It's a beautiful space to be able to work in. In addition to the gallery space in the art studio, we have 2 other galleries on campus that provide students with the opportunity to exhibit their own creations to the Cry School community. Art education is so important, especially at an all-boys boarding school, because it teaches boys that they are allowed to be creative and expressive individuals, and most importantly, it allows them to simply be themselves and to have fun while doing so. Really, creating art is about visualizing the things that we can't see, like our feelings and thoughts. And so I think by studying art, it allows our students to become better communicators and fit for communicating in a society that is now more geared towards the visual.
The primary job at Cry School is to develop a young man and his future. Coming to a school like this, they get to be the captain of their own ship. They get to make choices that have benefits. Learning to do business with adults and being their own self-advocate, I don't know if there's anything more important than that.
Yeah, relationships are at the core of what we do. We don't want people to just be passengers throughout this entire experience. We want them to be drivers.
When my son came as a 9th grader, it was kind of normal. You met your teacher on the first day of class. But after you've been here a year, it's so wonderful because by the time you go into, let's say, 10th grade and you go to see your teachers for the first time, you've already probably either had them as a coach or had meals with them in the dining hall.
I think that the relationship with teachers especially, from my experience, is just really close. So it's small classes, really intimate with the teacher. Even during extra help or after school, you can schedule meetings or even just show up.
I came to Cry School this year, so it's just been really supportive. Everybody's been really nice, and I've already met a lot of people. I can go someplace and all of the teachers know my name, which is just a great experience that you can't get in a lot of places.
Each boy comes here with a narrative, with experiences, with quirks, with a sense of humor. We like that. What we want to do is to develop that. So at graduation, I've got an 18-year-old boy crossing the stage that's fully engaged and fully functional and ready for the next step in his life.
The way the teachers teach, totally boy-centered, because they know through research that boys like a louder voice. They like a teacher that's moving around the room. The boys want to interact with the teacher.
I've gotten into things digital photography, like that I wouldn't usually do at home or at another school.
The course load is difficult in a way, but you have people who can support you and help you through it.
The Christ School campus is located in a very unique area. We're 8 miles from downtown Asheville and all the amenities that they offer. But more importantly, we have these 500 pristine acres where a boy can be a boy. If he wants to run through the woods, if he wants to fish, if he wants to ride his mountain bike through the 5 miles of cut trails, this is just an awesome venue.
For boys, it's a dream world here in the mountains with so many outdoor adventure sports all around that they can get to quickly, but at the same time to have what downtown Asheville offers with all of the arts and the different activities, it's just a perfect location for this school.
There's a bond here, there's a brotherhood where they watch each other's backs, they support each other, whether it's on the stage in drama, whether it's on the football field, whether it's on a community service trip. There is a special camaraderie here that you can only really experience if you come and see it and meet our young men. It is one of the most impressive things and the thing that I'm probably most proud of here at Christ School.
Hi, my name is Brooke DePelto, and I'm the Dean of Academics and Curriculum at Christ School. Christ School is a small school. We only have 290 students, and that's great because when a school is small, when you have a school of our size, you're going to sit in the front of the classroom because there really is no back of the classroom. We see our students as individuals. We don't see them as a collective group. They're not a mass. They are people. They're individuals with hopes and dreams and goals, and our faculty see them for who they are, and they work with them to move them forward. We really believe in customizing a student's schedule to meet his needs. So if you're passionate about science, we have all the science classes you could dream of taking. If your strength is math, we offer 4 years of college math at the high school level. If you're passionate about language, you can double up in language. You can study Spanish and Arabic. You can study Arabic and Mandarin. You don't get to be a number, you get to be you. And as you get to choose the classes that best meet your ability and your needs and your desires. Research tells us that boys learn differently, and it's true. Boys are more active learners. In our Learning Resources program here at Christ School, we have different avenues to help our students. We have teachers who work with them to teach compensatory strategies. That program is really individualized, but it's within a class. We also have a writing center where students can receive one-on-one support with their written work. So we're working to augment our students' skills so that they can be the best students they can be here at Christ School. We try to use a variety of testing mechanisms. So students will take standardized tests, they'll take classroom exams, classroom assessments, but they'll also do project-based learning where they have to work in groups, where they have to be thoughtful and deliberate in creating and designing a project. We're really immersed in our community and we're immersed in our surroundings. Education doesn't just happen inside the walls of a classroom. There are opportunities everywhere, every day to learn and to grow. One of the really great things about an independent school is that you get to see your teachers in different lights. You see them as your teacher, you see them as your coach, you see them as your dorm parent, and so you build these multi-dimensional relationships in which you actually get to see your teachers as real people. Our teachers care about our boys, they care about them, and I'm going to come back to this again and again, because at the end of the day, we're all working towards the same goal, and that goal is to educate and prepare our boys for college.
So hi, my name is Ron Ramsey. This is my 5th year at Christ School, and I am the director of the outdoor program. The outdoor program here at Christ School includes lots of activities: cross-country mountain biking, rock climbing, bouldering, whitewater kayaking, backpacking, hiking, adventure racing. We take advantage of our mountains, and we take advantage of the interests of the students and the faculty that are involved. Christ School sits on 500 acres of mixed hardwood and pine and 7 miles of trail and a lake that allows our students to on campus get out and recreate on a regular basis, and is the foundational instructional area for our outdoor program. We live in an amazing place that allows our students the opportunity to get off campus and to get away. Within 30 minutes, we're catching fish, or we're taking our bikes off a trailer and in some of the best mountain biking terrain in the Southeast. I think something our students benefit from here at Christ School and beyond is an authentic opportunity to experience something with other people, find a passion that stays with them for the rest of their life. We're real thoughtful and intentional about creating those opportunities and empowering our students to lead. I think the essence of our outdoor program is a quotation from William Blake, where it says that great things are done when men and mountains meet. And I think that sums up our school and our outdoor program at the same time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Christ School Basketball on CSPN, the Christ School Broadcast Network. I'm Bobby Long alongside Jameel Brenneman, bringing you this game between Christ School and Rabun Gap. Rabun Gap comes into the game 14-13 overall, Christ School 10-13. But this is an important game for seeding purposes. Jameel, for the first time in the last 3 years, they're going to have a conference tournament this Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, and the Greenies will be excited for that. They've had some rough games here the past few, but they'll be looking to bounce back and playing their best ball come postseason. And with all the pieces that Christ School has, they could be in shape to make a nice run in the postseason. And the nice thing about the conference tournament is that's where you can get that started even before the states begin. Yeah, and unlike college basketball, where you have the team, there's a regular season champion and a conference tournament champion, the winner of the conference tournament is actually the overall conference winner. So there's no regular season, no conference tournament delineation. So Christ School finds themselves in second at 3-3 overall. Rabun Gap tied for third with Carolina Day at 3-4. But if Christ School wins this game, they'll get the 2 seed, and they will probably end up playing Rabun Gap on Friday at ACA. But real quick, we have a national anthem, and we will be back bringing you this matchup between Rabun Gap and Christ School. Welcome back to the Greenie Dome with Bobby Long. I'm Jameel Brenneman. Going to start you out here with the starting lineups, beginning with Rabun Gap. They start number 10, Miko Stankovic. They also have number 44, Filip Vuksinovic.
Well, actually, Jameel, both of those guys are actually hurt. So we have number 11.
Help me out here, Bobby. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, no problem there. Number 11, Timon Szymanski, number 32, that's Farhat Chalin, as well as number 12, Infari Benjamin. And I can't see the other number, but for Christ School, we have the 4 seniors on senior night starting. We have number 4, Kojak Thompson. We have number 1, Trey Austin. We have Justice Ajobo, the lone junior, as well as Brad Halverson and Cameron Von Straley getting his first varsity start for Christ School. So exciting night here as Christ School will have their 4 seniors who may be playing in their last game in the Greenie Dome. And what an incredible career some of these guys have had. Trey, Brad, and Kojak all came in 3 years ago. You know, this is over their 60th game in a Christ School uniform. Justice in his 3rd year. Just a junior, and then Cameron Von Straley, like I said, getting his first start. He's been here for 2 years. So great moment for him, great moment for Christ School. As tipping off, we have Justice Ajobo as well as Farhat Chalin. So great moment here, and we are underway.
Ajobo wins that, no contest. And here's Cameron right off the bat on the drive, but gets cut off and throws it away. Back comes Graham Jump, a great basketball name.
Absolutely, Graham Jump, lone player from Rabun Gap. They have quite a few players internationally from Poland, whether it be Poland or Montenegro, Turkey, Mozambique, players from all over the country. So a regular San Antonio Spurs up in Georgia.
Here's a corner 3 from Benjamin, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was Yanusas. Austin gets him on the pump fake and drains the 3. Good start for Trey Austin.
Yeah, way to be under control there. Great shot fake. Able to put it home. Greenies up 3-0 early.
Here's Szymanski. Over to Jump. Gets the ball screen. Nice drive, but it is pinned by Ajobo. And Kojak brings it the other way. Halverson on the floater. It's good.
Tough shot from that angle, but great finish there by Brad Halverson. Greenies starting off 2 for 2 from the floor. 5-0 with 6:42 remaining in the first quarter.
Benjamin hits Szymanski up top, and he's going to pull a 3. That is long, but Jump, probably the shortest guy on the floor, ends up with that long rebound, but it's tied up for the jump ball.
Yeah, good job there by Cameron Von Straley to follow the ball, get that jump here. And checking into the game for the first time is number 24. That's Solomon King out of Mableton, Georgia.
Using the screen again with Chalin. Now they go wide to Benjamin. He tries a 3. Another long rebound, and Ajobo wins it this time. Thompson in transition. Halverson looking to drive. Finds Von Straley in the corner. Now Austin again off the pump fake. Von Straley looking plenty active with the driving. All the Greenies are. That's a nice drive and dish by Halverson for Ajobo for the easy lay-in.
Yeah, it looks like, right off the bat that Coach DePelta must have told the guys, let's get a drive and kick action here. And it's really got Rabun Gap moving all over the floor. So good job by Christ School being unselfish, passing the ball, making some tough shots. As Ajobo with his second block of the game. Christ School pushes the ball, settles down, finds a wide open Trey Austin. Feel like that might have been a timeout if that 3 gone down, but good job there. Good ball movement by Christ School here in the early going.
Yeah, getting any looks that they want. Here's Benjamin left wing. Again, they're looking inside, trying to establish Chalin, but he's got his hands full with the Ajobo. Spins on him to the left, but he's got nowhere to go. Find Benjamin, he missed it, and there's Chalin on the putback.
Yeah, good one-handed rebound by Chalin as they're going to call a timeout But good early action so far from Christ School. Jamil, what do you feel like they've done well to get this early 7-2 lead?
They're beating Rabun Gap down the court or just looking to drive even when Rabun Gap is back. And I've got to say, specifically Brad Halverson, in that game against Asheville Christian Academy, which I saw on Friday, he would drive and he looked really active, but occasionally he'd get out of control. But those drives that he did so far have been under control, and he's got his eyes up. He's looking for the right option, and he's finding them.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I think we've seen some, good under control jab moves from Trey, which got him that early three-pointer. So Christ School, they're not playing too fast, which is a good thing, as Gabe Wisnitzer, the sophomore from South Carolina, checks into the game for the first time.
They are laying off Van Strally. Can he shoot, Bobby? We're going to find
right
out.
Here. Hey,
short on that three.
Yeah, good shot there. You got to take it. And honestly, I've seen Cameron knock those down in practice.
Yeah.
It's not a bad shot, certainly. And he's been playing well on the defensive end as well. So sometimes you just got to take that shot.
Jump looking inside to Chalin. Now he's going to go to war with Wisnitzer. Ball comes left to Benjamin, and now I believe Schmansky. Passes out to the corner. Rabun Gap just happy to pass around and keep looking inside for Chalin.
Good man-to-man defense so far here from Christ School.
And they're happy with Chalin having the ball out there by the three-point line. They're not scared of him there. Again, here he is at the three.
Thought about taking it.
Yasunis kicks it out to Jump.
Good help defense there by Kojak. Great defensive possession from Christ School. Have not allowed Rabun Gap to get the ball inside.
And now a three is going to be off by Yasunis. Rebounded by Austin, and the Greenies are looking to run out. Another floater for Halverson goes down. They are just beating them down the court on any of those rebounds.
Yeah, good job by Trey there. What they tell you in a 3-on-2 situation or 3-on-1 is make sure you draw the defender. And on that one, he got both defenders to collapse to him. He had a choice that he wanted to go to Kojak on the left, Brad on the right. Brad had just made that same shot a couple minutes ago, so he found Brad. And Brad finishes his second basket to go up 9-2.
Meanwhile, a travel on Rabun Gap, and Chalin's going to get the early hook here. And Rabun Gap goes quite small. Their tallest guy is Schmansky. And Wisnitzer towers over him, but here's a turnover. And a ball rolls in for Benjamin. Hovered on the rim there, but goes down, and it is now 9-4.
Good job there by Benjamin to finish with the right hand on the left side. Saw Kojak come in, trying to make life difficult for him, but was able to finish. Is Von Strally will get another shot attempt. That one no good, but good shot, good find by Kojak. They're going to call a foul on the rebound there, loose ball foul on Trey Austin, his first, team's second foul.
And Deontay Green's going to check in now for Cameron Von Strally. Deontay had a really good game on Friday and has been playing pretty well of late. He will take the 4 position with Wisnitzer playing still at center. That being said, he is guarding the tallest guy on the court for Rabun Gap as they throw it away again. And now we get a couple more subs for the Greenies.
Yeah, checking in for Christ School is number 3, Norrance Berry from Tennessee, as well as Drew Redmond, number 0. Looks like they're switching into a 2-3 zone here. Actually, they're a box and 1 right now, and the 1 is on Norrance Berry. So box and 1 here from Rabun Gap.
So we got a foul there, but it's going to stay with the Greenies ball. It was a foul on the rebound.
That's Solomon King checking back into the game.
And now Greenies have a very distinct height advantage. Let's see if they use it here. Green posts up right away, kicks it out to Wisnitzer. He's going to try the long 2, and that is pure.
They say the long 2 is one of the most inefficient shots in basketball, but not for Gabe Wisnitzer as he knocks that one down to give the Greenies a 7-point lead.
Ooh, looked like a carry there on Benjamin, but they don't call it. Rabun Gap struggling to find some offense here. could have called a double dribble there, I think, on jump, but they're going to say he bobbled it. Finds a kick out. That three is missed by number 21, Felix Stahl. And more good defense by the Greenies. Jackson on the drive, finds Redmond in the corner. He keeps it swinging around, and now Deontay tries along too. That one rims out. And Rabun Gap's able to come up with the rebound.
I think it's important to recognize, though, that the Vuksinovic brothers, unfortunately, were unable to make the trip. I heard one of them got hurt. Unfortunately, found out about a significant knee injury today. But with both of those guys playing, obviously, it'd be a bit different of a game with some of the size matchups. But, best of luck to him to get injured, another 1-6. So unfortunate for Rabun Gap. But Greenies lead 11-6. Brad Halverson will check in for Kojak Thompson.
And Chalin checks back in for Rabun Gap. Let's see if they are staying in that box of one, it looks like, and really sagging in on the big men. There's Redmond, quick pass to Wisnitzer. Had Redmond underneath, still has him, but he also takes the shot there. Not a bad look, but it rims out. Greenies will have to get used to that defense. I'm sure they've never seen that this year.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to force the three-point shot a bit, kind of sagging in. And we talked about it early that they had a really great drive and kick offense that had been working for Christ School. Rabun Gap decided to take that away. And 2 possessions in, it feels like putting in that change of defense really has worked for Rabun Gap.
So foul on the floor there. Rabun Gap to take it out, look for a lob there. Now they put it on the ground, trying to bounce past it to Chalin. That did not go through. Good defense again by the Greenies, and Barry's looking to push. Looks away and finds Green underneath for the layup. Great pass by Norrance.
Yeah, great pass by Norrance Berry. Good hands by Deontay Green, able to finish there. And that's what Christ School needs to do if they're able to get the rebound. They got to push it up the floor because that's where they've seen most of the success so far.
30 seconds left. Rabun Gap seems content to hold on for the last shot, even though they're down 7. Let's see what they draw up here. Chalin, the biggest guy on the court, given the ball handling responsibilities. Passes out to Schmansky. Now Jump has it with 12. Back to Chalin. Jump on the drive. Passes it, I think, to no one. Schmansky gets there and misses the 3. And I have to quote my father, who is a bit of a basketball fan, hates when teams hold it for the last second, really? Especially when they do a play like that, which basically got them nothing.
Yeah, unfortunately, they weren't able to get a good shot there to finish off. Jump tried to come in, create some offense. Unfortunately, they had to force a quick shot. I don't know exactly what the thought process is there, because if you come in and you score, I guess the fear, or you don't score, the fear is that Christ School will get another shot. But either way, Christ School leads 13-6 after the first quarter. Pretty quick quarter there, but Christ School did quite a bit of things well. I feel like they got 4 shots from the inside the paint, able to convert those, and moving the ball well, which I feel like is very important. You don't want the ball to get stagnant, and they've done a good job so far of keeping it moving. For
sure, and their defense has been really solid as well, which has caused a lot of problems for Rabun Gap, and that's going to help them going forward, because I think the offense for the Greenies is only going to get better as they figure out how to break down Rabun Gap.
So it looks like they've switched back into man. That's Justice Ajobo. Tough guard there for Schmansky. Good finish off the glass, one-handed by Justice Ajobo. He's got 4 here.
I think the last game we called, he had a nice move like that where he put it on the floor. You don't see it too often, but it's really nice when he does it. And that's nice too. What a block by Justice. Coming back the other way, the ball gets thrown away, and Schmansky's going to bring it back. But then Kojak tips it and saves it. There's Halverson. Can't get the layup though. Green is on there for the rebound. And we got a jump ball. What a wild sequence.
Absolutely. Great hustle by Christ School. Great hustle by Kojak Thompson to get back in there and try and get the ball. Made a good save there, but Rabun Gap does have possession. Greenies lead by 9. The big man, Shaylin, will be bringing it up for Rabun Gap, starting the offense.
Trying to do his best Nikola Jokic impression. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see what the thought process is for them putting Shaylin there. I haven't seen him try and take Justice off the dribble yet.
And he hasn't shot either.
Yeah, so, I saw him in warm-up. He knocked down a couple threes, so I'm surprised that he hasn't taken any because he's had some room to get those shots up.
Schmancy's on the corner now, looking inside, didn't have it. Goes the other way. This is Yasunis, and they're just running on the baseline here. And they're going to call it a 2, long 2, but a good shot there by Schmancy.
Yeah, good-looking jumper from Schmancy. He's had a couple shot opportunities so far. That one knocked down as that shot by Trey Austin is off. Good job by Justice to leave that one alone. I feel like Rabun Gap in the timeout, after the first quarter, must have gone in and said, look, we have to be incredibly deliberate on the offensive end and make sure we get a good shot because they are taking their time. And maybe that's why it feels like that first quarter went by so quickly, is that they're really trying to take their time here.
Yeah, several long possessions, going to eat up the clock. Here's Green, top of the key. No one on him, and he says, I'll go right down in there for a layup. Thank you very much.
The dipsy-do for the layup. Deontay Green, just a freshman for Christ School, and he has made some great strides in 2019, been really impressed with his ability to rebound, and as you saw there, his ability to finish.
The way that game against Asheville Christian was going, the big men for the Greenies actually were sitting out when the Greenies made their biggest run, and the tallest guy on the court during that time was Deontay Green, and he did a great job.
Well, we talked about a couple weeks ago how for Christ School matchups against Carolina Day and Asheville Christian are difficult because they're going to spread you out because they don't have any players really over 6'4", so it's difficult to play Justice and Gabe at the same time. As we see Gabe, great inside pass, could have called a travel there. Trey Austin, and they're going to call a charge. It looked like he tried to get out of the way at the last second, but good job there by number 21, Felix Stahl, to step in and take that charge as Drew Redmond will check in for Trey Austin.
Yeah, just got a little out of control there. I think he was almost too open, and so he just went almost all the way to the hoop, even though he could have pulled up for an easy jumper, but it's hard to see that.
Well, just knowing how good of a three-point shooter Trey Austin is, I'm surprised that he didn't shoot that three, considering there's nobody within 5 feet of him.
Yeah, the Greenies are being patient with that.
Good defense there by Brad Halverson. Better offense from
Solomon King. Greenies again looking to quick transition. Here's Redmond in the corner. Nobody on him, and he cashes that three.
Good looking three-pointer from my advisee, Drew Redmond. Great shot there. They left him open, and he capitalized. Greenies have doubled up Rabun Gap 20-10. As Schmancy thinks about it, launches no good. Rebound to Solomon King. And the ball goes off Brad Halverson's knee, will remain with Rabun Gap.
So jump to inbound. Looking for Schmancy, doesn't have him. Finds Stahl instead. They spread it out. And now they're going to get a ball screen. Jump looking to drive and kick. There's Schmancy, top of the key. Still thinking about shooting. Now, quick give and go. Worked a decent shot for himself, but Wisnitzer did well to discourage the shot, and it ends up being off. And now Kojak trying to get the quick transition bucket, no good. And it's going to go the other way.
Yeah, tough shot attempt there for Kojak, but was able to beat 2 men up the floor. Thought he had a chance to finish with Gabe Wisnitzer there for the rebound. Unfortunately, Gabe knocks it out, and Rabun Gap will take over halfway through the quarter here.
Jalen walks it up. Now gets it to jump to start the offense. Goes left and kicks out. That's a good look from Benjamin, but can't get the three to go. Knocked out by Thompson.
Really looks like Graham jump, kind of an old school point guard, not looking for his own shot, looking to beat one defender, draw another, and pass. But I think Kreisel has kind of realized at this point that he's not going to go in for a layup attempt. So you saw Kojak there, as he got beat, kind of go over to a different man to potentially take away that opportunity. So we'll see how that plays out for the rest of the game, as a tough move there by number 22, Yasunis.
Ooh, forced pass there by Barry, and then the foul.
Yeah, not a bad foul there. It looked like it would have been a 2-on-1 situation at best for Christ School. So good foul there by Norrance, as they are just 4 fouls in for Christ School. So still 3 away from the bonus.
It's a good thing that time of possession is not an important stat in basketball, because I think Rabun Gap's, like, even in that sequence right there, Rabun Gap probably took 25 seconds, and we took about 5 with what we were doing. But it's just a different approach to the game right now, and it's been working for the Greenies. Long three for Schmansky, no good. Looking to run out again. Here's Redmond. He lays it off for Wisnitzer, and we'll take it, I guess. I don't think that's... He had good possession of the ball there, but it ended up in the basket, which is all that matters.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job there by Drew to draw over Shalen, and good finish by Gabe. I think everyone in the gym wanted a dunk, but hey, we'll take 2 points as Greenies lead now up to 12.
There's our first 3 attempt by Jalen, and it is quite a bit off, but it falls for Rabun Gap. Now they find Jalen inside. He draws the foul with the pump fake on Norrance Berry.
Yeah, 2 fouls in the same possession there for Norrance. But I will say, that shot attempt was off, had great rotation on the ball. I feel like that's the shot. If they're going to give him that much room, he needs to continue to try it. We got 3 Greenies checking in for Christ School, Justice Ajobo, Deontay Green, and for the first time, number 30, from Asheville, North Carolina, is Adam Keever. It's good to see some minutes here for Adam. See who the Greenies match up with 3 new players coming in.
Long on the free throw, and that's going to be knocked off Schmansky. You think Keever will spot up in the corners?
Yeah, I think, great shooter is Adam Keever. Also the ability to drive. First touch is always important, though. You don't really want to take a shot on your first touch, but you also don't want to turn it over. So I think he's, going to try and make a nice, easy pass. Look for the open man as Deontay Green. And there's going to be a block, that one on Felix Stahl. 4 team fouls now for Rabun Gap, 5 for Christ School.
Checking back in is Infari Benjamin for Schmansky. And Rabun Gap's going to have to go into a bit of a man, at least for the out of bounds, but then they might drop back into the zone action. Nice slip of the screen there by Deontay Green for the layup. No one stayed with him, and he just dove right to the basket. Back here with Redmond, goes into a Jobo, takes his time. The hook shot is good, and that is very difficult to guard, if not impossible. Good take by Justice.
Yeah, they say the most unguardable shot in the history of the NBA, in history of basketball, was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, that wasn't quite a sky hook, but if you're 6'9" and being guarded by somebody who's 6'6", even a baby hook's going to be very difficult to guard.
That's right, especially with a good vertical. Here's jump, guarded by Keever. They go to the corner to Stahl. Halverson on Benjamin. Nowhere to go. They're looking inside, but they don't have anything there either, so they skip it over to jump. He puts it on the floor, and that's a pretty nice drive on Keever.
Yeah, decided to keep Christ School honest. Hadn't had a shot opportunity yet, but he finished a good one there as we have Justice Ajomo showing all of the tools in his toolbox today. We saw a good move to the right, finished with the right hand. We saw a baby hook. Then we saw a fadeaway. Kind of a Dirk Nowitzki-esque shot.
Yeah,
actually, if we have German viewers, I want to pronounce that correctly. It's Dirk Nowitzki, not Dirk. That was the American pronunciation there.
And they're going to call Benjamin on the carry there. He tried the hesitation move, but he hesitated so long that he had to bring the ball all the way over the top, and that's going to get a carry call.
Yeah, good couple of minutes so far from Adam Keever. Got the ball into Justice for the fadeaway shot, then forced a carry there. So good job by Adam Keever as Cameron Von Strali, the senior, checks back in.
Gets the turnover there. That's Benjamin going coast to coast, tried the dunk, and it falls in.
Jamil, that was incredible.
Wow.
A missed dunk, goes up into the air, and then comes back in somehow.
And Van Strali on the other end gets his buckets. Final shot of the half almost goes in as well, so a crazy little sequence there. A dunk that went out and then in. Van Strali gets his first points of the game and almost a half-court shot. But all in all, a very good half for the Greenies. They go in with a 30-17 lead. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Hello?
Welcome to Christ School.
Cool.
Follow me.
Your future is coming for you. But don't worry, we'll get you ready.
My name's Kirk Blackard. I'm Director of College Guidance. I've been here for 14 years. In the College Guidance Office, we survey the parents and the students early on with college preferences to see what they want. We work really hard to get to know the kids, and we can do that here because we see them in all kinds of activities in the classroom, on stage, in athletics. And so we have a real good sense as to their personality, their preferences. And then in their junior year, we're beginning to really look at their interests and their talents, their academic profile. And with that, we divide schools into different categories. Good bet, middle of the road, and reach. It's a system that's really worked well for us and prepared the students and the families for what lies ahead next.
Coming into this process as a junior, as a sophomore, even earlier, It's very overwhelming. There's a large number of colleges to choose from and be interested in and learn about. And the College Guidance Office, they're there for us at every level. Even when you're being introduced to test taking, they're there to support you and say, these are the areas you need to work on. They're even there to tell you what the tests are like if you've never taken them before. They're there to help you explore wider college options before you narrow it down in your late junior year.
One of the unique parts of our office is the Writing Center, and we are so fortunate to have our English department work in conjunction with us to develop their college essays. They learn how to write essays in the spring of their junior year. And by the time they come back in August for their senior year, they have an essay in their back pocket and they're ready to go with the essays that all the colleges have.
You would think that your child's the only one they're helping with how meticulous they are and how helpful they are. So as a parent, that was big, huge, because guidance department just wraps their arms around every aspect and takes care of it. So we feel confident in it and our children have felt confident in it. And then when that first letter comes in that you got accepted somewhere, they rejoice with you, they're excited with you, and then they move on to the next one. They are smart and have researched it and are really providing a service that is second to none.
We make every opportunity to be with the parents and the students because we're on the same team. We're very proactive when it comes time to communicating with parents, whether it's by email or by phone or even text these days. And our effort together has resulted in some great final decisions. It is such a privilege and an honor to work with these kids who come to Christ School with these qualities, and we just need to bring them out in a college application, and that's what we do.
My name is Marcel Duhame. I am the head of house at Harris House, and I teach engineering and computer science. I think one of the beautiful things about being at a boarding school are the relationships you get to create with students. So as a dorm parent, you're kind of like their parents away from home, but you also connect with them at sports and in the classroom, and you get to know so much more about them because you're involved in so many different parts of their lives.
I've developed really good relationships with my dorm parents. I can really come to them with any question I might have or concern, and they're always there ready to help me with whatever I might need.
We do a lot of movie marathons on weekends. We do a lot of sports. We got a very athletic group of kids, and of course we do just routine barbecues and cookouts and hangouts and stuff like that.
There's pretty much always something going on in the basketball gym, like always a pickup game. There's always stuff going on in the student center, ping pong tournaments. I know I like to beat up on Mr. Rankin in ping pong tournaments every once in a while.
And it's been awesome watching them grow from kids that couldn't even get out of bed or clean up their room to being mature, responsible young men.
For me, I think I'm going to cherish probably all the bonds that I made with new people this year. And I've also become really self-reliant on myself through this experience.
I've developed a lot of independence since I've come here. I've learned how to do laundry, take care of myself, manage my time, which is something that was really important that I knew I needed to learn.
If you want a chance to have your kid be independent and to take care of themselves, and be a contributing member of a community. The residential life gives you a place to do all that. It's a safe place to do that. You can just make mistakes and fall forward and keep growing up.
Hi, I'm James Euler. I teach history and I'm in charge of the 8th grade program at Christ School. This is my 16th year here. One of the best things about the 8th grade program at Christ School is that they're in a small group and they kind of become the bedrock of that class and what that class is going to mean to the institution. We try to build a community using some of the seniors that are going to embrace them as big brothers, and it gives them a benefit of learning and growing together. Boys are almost inherently competitive, and we have to kind of teach them how to be collaborative. What they get to do by being here in 8th grade is they're kind of getting, it's a springboard into high school. They're getting guidance from some of the most seasoned professionals that we have here at Christ School. They get to know each other really well. We try to do things not just inside the classroom, but we like to get them oriented into this community and this city. By the time they start 9th grade, when it really matters, they
Welcome back to the Greenie Dome. The students are still pouring in from winter break, so the faculty are calling the game again with Bobby Long. I'm Jameel Brenneman. A good half for the Greenies sees them up 30-17. As far as adjustments goes, Bobby, I don't think the Greenies have to do a whole lot different. Just maybe be patient on offense, make sure they don't turn the ball over and get good looks.
Yeah, I think you're right about the good looks part. You know, one thing you don't want to do up 13 is force it, feel like you have the game already. And they did a good job of finding the extra man to get them this lead. The last thing you want to do is try and change that. On the other hand, we saw a very deliberate Rabun gap, and you know, they're going to have to make sure that they convert any open shot opportunities.
Quick passing by the Greenies, and Ajobo continues to comfortably score inside. A nice move to his left this time.
Yeah, we've seen it all so far. The only thing we haven't seen, I guess, from Justice is a dunk.
But like Zion, he does more than dunk.
You're right. I'm not trying to pigeonhole Justice, certainly. But in the first half, we saw some good play from Graham Jump. Szymanski right on cue as he does a good job getting the ball inside, getting Trey on his hip and finishing.
Go inside again to Justice. Skip pass. And I think he threw that before Brad had actually made the dive down. It actually wasn't there. There was a guy waiting in the corner for him. It's the one bad part about the no-look pass is if it's not open, you can't tell. Back comes Rabun gap. Yusunis hits Benjamin, top of the key. He's going to go all the way to the lane, and I think there's going to be a foul call on Halverson on the reach. Stripped down, probably got some ball, but when you reach from across the body, a lot of times they'll call that.
Yeah, so going to the line will be Infari Benjamin. Not many free throws have been shot by either team this game. It's been a pretty well officiated game so far.
Deontay Green checks in for Von Strali, and Chalen's going to check out for Rabun gap as Stahl comes in for him. 32-20. Trying to make an 11-point game here is Benjamin.
Yeah, so currently we have players for Rabun gap from Georgia, from New York.
And that's Georgia, the state?
Yeah, excuse me, Georgia.
We have to ask in this case.
Poland as well as Germany. So players from all over the world. And
how about that?
I wanted it, and Justice gave it to me. Also my advisee showing out today, 10 points for Justice. And he is a tough player to guard.
Oh, that drop step was deadly. Here's Trey Austin. Still looking inside. No reason not to.
I'm surprised they haven't tried to double Justice as Deontay Green makes a good ball fake. Straight line drive to the basket, finishing with the right on the left side.
And that is a nice finish, and actually probably made easier because of the space that Justice was taking up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Biggest lead of the game for Christ School is now 15, 36-21. Just under 6 remaining. And Fari Benjamin will draw another foul on Christ School.
I think it's going to be on Kojak on the help side reach.
Checking into the game is number 24. That's Solomon. Checking out is Yasunis.
Stahl takes the top of the key. Now Jump has it, and again, Rabun Cap happy to take their time. Long three for Schmansky is good. So he's hit a couple of those now.
He has. Definitely the best scorer on the team.
He's getting after a little bit here on defense too, Rabun Gap, and they're going to go the other way.
We're going to see a dunk.
And a missed dunk. This one, it does not go back in, but he still gets the finish, and Fari Benjamin. So he's 0 for 2 on clean dunks, we'll say, but he's converted both of those times eventually, just not as clean as he'd like. Kick out to Thompson, wide open three, and that is straight down the nylon. They're crashing in so much, Rabun Gap is. They're daring Christ School to hit threes, and of course one way you make them pay is you make a couple of them. So here's Jump, top of the key. Schmansky thought about it, now steps back. That one rims out. And long rebound is fought for and off of Thompson. We said it before. Wow, wholesale changes here for both teams.
Yeah, I can't even tell you who's on.
So we've got Thompson's the only one who's staying on. We got Green, Barry, Wisnitzer, and Redmond. I guess Deontay was already on the floor too.
So it looked like a hockey shift as
it did.
line
it
one
really
came
did.
out. Line 2 checks in. Same for
Schmansky going inside now, trying to go to work on Deontay, and they're going to call Deontay, I guess, for the push as he was backing his way in.
Yeah, Schmansky had a great second half so far. 5 quick points and making Christ School pay both on the inside and out. So good job by Schmansky. As Shalen takes Gabe around in a circle, unable to finish. Rebound by Drew Redmond.
Redmond feeling it, catches that in rhythm, but goes short on the shot.
And that's a good shot there, obviously. Wide open shot attempt, coming into it, had his feet set, ready to shoot, unable to convert.
Benjamin off from the elbow. Redmond got smacked there by Chalem, but no call. Inside to Wisnitzer.
Short corner, kind of a faux double team here. Couple guys open. Norrance, Drew.
They're still all open. Wisnitzer's willing to pull. He comes short on it, though. Redmond ends up with it. Here's Barry coming in, and he draws the foul. Jalen actually met him pretty well right before he jumped up to go for the dunk.
Yeah, both players reeling there from that contact. Looked like Norrance is trying to go for a dunk. Shalen trying to stop it from happening. And both players seem to be nursing some lower extremity issues. But Norrance Berry will go to the line looking for his first point of the game. Greenies up 13.
Goes long on the first. Barry's second attempt. That's better. 40-26, Greenies lead. 3 minutes, 37 seconds left in the third quarter.
Greenies remain in a man defense, denying everywhere. A lot of lane open there. Graham Jump decided not to take it. But a timeout is called by Rabun Gap.
Yeah, Jalen in so much pain there from the attempt to block Barry on the dunk. He was unable to run up the court and even called for the timeout himself so that he could get subbed out.
So Jamil with with 3:30, we got about 11:30 remaining in this game. What does Rabun Gap need to do to get back into this?
Well, it's a tough task. Honestly, it's nice that the Greenies have the lead now, and I say that because Rabun Gap, with their style, it could be really hard to come back against them with them taking their time, being really deliberate on offense. But it's a problem for Rabun Gap now being behind, because if you're taking 30 seconds to try to even get one shot and you're not able to convert that, it's going to be really hard to eat into a team that has a 14-point lead on you, which the Greenies do right now.
Schmancy looking for the ball inside. Luke Stone checks in, number 13, a sophomore for Christ School, guarding the ball. Good steal by Drew Redmond. They got numbers 3 on 2, but good job there to slow it down. That's Norrance Berry. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound, Deontay Green. He'll get fouled by Stahl, and he will go to the line.
Yeah, just to finish what I was saying before, and as far as Rabun Gap's offense, I'm not sure where all they're going to get their looks from. I mean, Benjamin's taken a couple shots. Schmanski, of course, is maybe just going to have to be a little more assertive, because as Green makes that shot, they've got to score, and they've got to score a little more quickly than what they have been. And so that sometimes that means taking the shots that you normally don't or would rather not.
Yeah, certainly, 16 points is not a number that cannot be overcome. But they're going to have to continue to make their shots, and they can't give up any, offensive rebounds. Can't give Christ School any second chance opportunities. You got to make sure you take care of the ball. So good denial defense from Christ School.
And more handles from Redmond, but misses the layup. He's too fast for his own good there, and gets a kick off of Rabun Gap. That's 2 straight steals by Drew Redmond. Great handles.
Yeah, good hustle there by Graham Jump to stop, or at least to make that layup difficult, as we will see Solomon King check in for Nfari Benjamin.
Green's going to set that corner screen for Halverson and then slip it just like he did last time. And he's going for the layup. This time they call a charge. A little bit headstrong there as he put his shoulder down. I've seen that let go sometimes, but this time they call the charge.
Yeah, good job nonetheless. And you mentioned that he was setting that screen for Halverson. It's kind of a faux screen. A lot of teams run that play to get the shooter the ball on the inbounds. So 2 men often go with that shooter, which left Deontay in a one-on-one situation. Unfortunately, got a little overzealous, got called for the foul. And
there's an and one by Solomon King, cleaning up the garbage after his missed shot. Some lack of rebounding by the Greenies cost them there.
Yeah, one way you can get back into this game is offensive rebounding. We saw that they're able to convert. And this will be a 3-point play the old-fashioned way for Solomon King if he is able to knock this down. Greenies lead of 14.
He does knock it down as Luke Stone and Drew Redmond check out. Nice minutes for Luke Stone. Hopefully he gets a couple more here in the fourth quarter. 2 minutes left in the third.
Zone defense here. After what we saw from Justice, as we see a great pass there from Norrance Berry. What we saw from Justice so far this game, 5 from 5 from inside the paint. They're really going to have to collapse on him anytime he touches the ball. However, I mentioned earlier that the Vuksinovic brothers, both 6'10" and 7 feet tall, not in this game, so life is a little bit easier for Ajobo. Yeah, absolutely.
There's Bear on the wing. Oh, no one was guarding Deontay there for a second. There's a nice look for Justice and a finish inside.
Perfect 6-4-6 for Justice.
And the swat. Justice doing it all right now.
Yeah, he's got about 12 points, 7 rebounds, 4 blocks. Very efficient game for Justice.
Has he missed yet?
He has
Sorry
not.
to say.
No, 6 for 6. Now, we did just jinx it.
Here's Schmanski looking in for Stahl. Back out to Jump. Yasunis and Jump doing a little handoff. Now over to King. Finally finds Schmansky. Gets Justice up in the air. Can't finish, though. Deontay was there as well defending. Don't need to hit Justice there in the transition there, Deontay. Let Kojak bring it up instead. They're going to look inside. Got either option there. There's Justice on the left. That's a sloppy pass by Trey, and it's coming the other way. Here's King.
Good
Gets
finish.
the layup.
Had it not gone in, that would have been goaltending. 34 seconds remain. Long pass attempt, no good.
Wisness is going to check in here. 30 seconds left. Greenies might hold for one. Well, maybe not. Here's Deontay, and he got happy feet there. Caught on the elbow. Excited to make something happen, but he started moving that left pivot foot.
Yeah, saw nobody on him there. Couldn't decide if he wanted to go to the right, to the left. And unfortunately, took an extra step before making that decision. So, 28 seconds left. Do you feel like we see one shot here from Rabun Gap?
This is kind of like what they did last time at the end of the first quarter, I think it was.
Well, I guess the only thing, though, is that if they shoot and miss, Christ School is probably going to hold for one as well. So,
yeah,
at least
might as well be us.
Yeah, hold for a one good shot opportunity here.
But that's the key, good shot. Are they going to actually get a good shot here?
I think last time they started that possession at about 4 seconds. Well, now we're going to get 4 seconds here. Kojak 3-on-1. He'll put it up. That'll get blocked. But 1.5 will remain. Greenies up 15.
I think we got a lob play. Does Coach DePelto have a lob play up his sleeve? Little Deontay sets a screen for Wisnitz, or he loops around.
Hey, I would certainly like it.
Or they might just do the same thing. Run Halverson baseline. Deontay does that fake screen, slips it, gets it at the block, and he's going to go against whoever is guarding inside. It looked like it was going to be 33. Bruno Zandamela. But he checks right back out.
Yeah,
Shortest stint ever.
I think he was wearing the, everyone. There you go. There's your lob play. Unable to be secured. But I think there is a rule that you can only have one color undergarment, or kind of like the shooting shirts underneath. And his was black. I think one of the other players had a white one. So whatever color comes on first, unfortunately, he's unable to play. So actually good recognition there by the ref to make that call, because if he actually gets on the court, it's probably a technical foul.
Yeah.
Which is the last thing you want, down 15. But 15-point game, 46-31, kind of a low-scoring game, I feel like. But a lot of that is because Rabun Gap, is taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, trying to keep Christ School from getting these runs. And, down 15, 8 minutes, it's not a lot of time.
That's right. And the question is, what do they change? Do they try to push a little bit more on offense? Maybe try to get more threes? Do they switch defenses up and try to put a little more pressure on the Greenies? Trap, full court press, something like that. Because, if it keeps going like this, you think game over and Greenies just have to seed out time-wise. But
yeah, I think you're right. I think they're going to have to, at some point, surprise Christ School, go into some sort of full court, man-to-man or zone, whatever it is, trying to put some pressure, maybe get a turnover. But one of the things that Christ School is doing here is they're really denying the ball. You don't see a lot of guys on help side. And so they're really daring them to take them one-on-one.
He saved that.
Great job by Infari Benjamin. They've had a couple of those so far. Nice little step back. That'll be short, but another offensive rebound.
Yeah, this is Stahl now over to Jump. Ball got knocked out of his hands. Now he finds Stahl open, but good help defense by the Greenies covering for each other. That's got to be a push-off by Benjamin. They don't call it, and he misses. We'll say ball don't lie on that occasion.
Yeah, good job, though, by Gabe to grab that rebound. And Christ School really running Rabun Gap off the three-point line.
Halverson had hit a couple of those floaters early in the game. This one doesn't go. And Jump's going to bring it back. There's a good drive, but gets cut off there. Now Stahl finds Schmansky. Gets it, and the and one. Block on Trey Austin. And they really are. It looks like no one else out there for Rabun Gap is looking to shoot at all. They're just waiting and giving Schmansky every chance to get open for a bucket.
Yeah, it's tough, but Schmansky's doing a great job of sealing. You know what I haven't seen him really do is take the ball off the dribble. We've seen him seal. We've seen him knock down a couple threes. But, great job. 6'8", strong player, making life difficult. Because if you're going to guard him with Justice or Gabe, he's going to pull it for a three. If you guard him with Trey, he's going to try and get the ball down low.
Good board by Wisnitzer there. And it's still a 13-point game with the Greenies advantage. Barry looking in for Wisnitzer at the elbow. Nice give and go there. Drives in but doesn't have anything. Keeps wanting the no-look pass for Deontay, but it was guarded. There's a good pass by Kojak. Has Wisnitzer. And they're going to call him. They're going to call a foul on jump, I believe. You saw some happy feet there, though, Bobby.
Yeah, I did. Rabun Gap coach Roger Cox been a little upset. I feel like there's been a lot of feet shuffling in this game from Christ School and has not been called. So feels like it's a couple times he could have gotten the ball back as Norrisberry goes up. No foul call, but he will finish over Felix Stahl. Greenies' lead remains at 15.
Jump pulls it out. Stahl on the wing. Skips it to Schmansky. Nothing there. Good defense by Green. Here's Benjamin. King. And a kick on Halverson, and felt like about 20 seconds there. Again, down 15. Not a lot good is going to happen for you if you take that long in each possession.
There is some good movement offensively by Rabun Gap, but I feel like they don't have Graham Jump tried it a lot in the first half. We haven't seen a lot of guys trying to take any Greenies off the dribble, try and force the issue, which is what you kind of have to do with 5.5 minutes remaining. But also, need to recognize that Christ School has played very solidly on defense. Gotten a couple steals here as Brad Halverson will go up with the left finish. Nice job there. Greenies' largest lead of the game at 17.
Yeah, Green gets the steal, pushes ahead to Halverson, keeps it in his left hand the whole way. Good finish.
16 fouls for Christ School, 3 for Rabun Gap. Next foul for Christ School will put them in the bonus.
Great steal by Thompson there. But now Rabun Gap gets their own. They're going to try to call timeout, and the ref is going to grant it.
Good hustle by Schmansky to get back in there. Kojak tried to force the issue. Drove in between two defenders, got it taken away. And good hustle there by two players to dive on the floor. Greenies lead up to 17, 50-30, 4 minutes, 48 seconds remaining.
Yeah, some nice defensive plays from both teams there. Jumpin made a nice drive going left side down the left part of the lane. Kojak is on the right side of the lane and leaves his man, darts over, shoots the gap, and just takes the ball right out of his hands. He came so fast that Jump couldn't see him. And then going the other way, Kojak kind of tried to hesitate and wait for an opening, and he just never got one, and the defense kept collapsing on him, and then they got the steal.
Yeah, Kojak really got the jump on him there. But a situation like that, up 17, if it's a 3-on-3, maybe got to pull the ball out. But also you like your point guards to be aggressive. So, it's one of those catch-22s. But more often than not, Kojak makes the right decision. Unfortunately, that time turned it over.
Was that a pun intended with the?
Absolutely.
Well done.
Yes.
Got the jump on him. I love it.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if you got that one. Sorry for all the listeners.
I'm not sorry.
All right, I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Here are those two again. Jump and Thompson. Gets a screen from Schmansky, trying to get him open on the peel for the three, and he had the look, but it rims out.
Yeah, unable to knock it down, but they definitely drew that one up there.
And Schmansky's a bit frustrated. First that he missed the shot, and then he's trying to really push Deontay out of the lane, and he's pushing so much that it's obvious to the refs, and he's frustrated that they called it.
Yeah, he really felt like Deontay was holding him as we got a good oh man, near dunk opportunity there.
Yeah, it looks like the Greenies are running that same offense every time. They run the guy across the baseline, and then you've got Deontay flashing. And that time it was a great give and go right back to Drew.
Yeah, it feels like they have a couple variations of that play as Drew Redmond will take his third three of the game. Had knocked down one early. Justice with the rebound, and he will shoot two. Fourth foul for Szymanski.
Yeah, and that's going to be trouble because they really have made the adjustment of letting him kind of run the offense and get his shots. And if he goes out, then it's going to be a new question about who's going to take the offense over for Raven Gap. First free throw is good by Justice, looking smooth. Overall, Justice looked really smooth today. And I did mention that thing about not missing. And I said that primarily because in games he's made good moves, but sometimes the ball's rimmed out on him, and he's missed shots that he probably should make. And in this game, it hasn't even been close. Every shot has been straight down.
Yeah, really taking care of business has Justice. As sitting in the crowd today is a coach from Northwestern looking at Justice. I know that Justice has quite a few big offers from schools like Maryland and Tennessee, but Justice is a 4.5, 4.6 GPA student and is looking at schools like Vanderbilt, Northwestern, Harvard, Yale, and Stanford. So good to see him performing with a coach in the stands, but ultimately just a real solid game all around for Justice, and I feel like that has really propelled Christ School, because when you know that if you miss a quick, or miss a layup, if Justice is there to get the rebound, he will get it and will finish for Christ School. So Greenies now lead by 21.
And there's a spin move back to the left. Justice is in his bag, as they say. What a shot.
A lot of big guys at his size nowadays kind of look at the guards and the wings in the NBA and want to replicate that, want to shoot threes. And that's not to say that in practice I don't see Justice shooting a couple threes, telling the coaching staff that he can run point. But it's good to see a player who can play with his back to the basket and really take care of business. And he's calling for the ball.
Good strength there. There were a couple guys on him, and he didn't let them steal it. And found Trey Austin in the corner. Misses his three. Here's Trey again. Driving, hesitating in the air, and gets the and one. Impressive strength, impressive vertical by Trey Austin. Getting Mr. Long out of his seat, flexing.
Another one of my advisees. I feel like half the basketball team here.
The Long advisory has had a good representation in this game.
Great showing today.
Luke Stone checks back in, as does Van Strawley. We didn't mention that before. Luke Stone from South Carolina dorm, where I'm from, so I'm going to give a shout out there, as well as, of course, Justice. So South Carolina's had a good day today.
Is.
As is Kojak. Can't forget. Kojak always solid.
Just straight denial on all members of the Raven Gap team here. Luke Stone.
That's a good task for Luke Stone. He's got Szymanski. He's giving up a little bit of height there. And they're going to call him for the push, which makes it 1-1, so he's going to go shoot there. I didn't see a whole lot wrong with that. Maybe pushing a little too much, as Szymanski did on the other end with Deontay. He gets 1-1 here. First is good. It's a 59-36 game. 2 minutes, 38 seconds left. Second one rims out, and Stone is there for the rebound. He's getting himself on the stat sheet today. There's a trap by Raven Gap. They find the long pass to Halverson for three, and that is pure, and that is how you beat a trapping defense. What a great pass by Trey Austin.
I don't know if I mentioned it, but Brad is also in my advisory.
Had to be.
Yep. But great pass. We knew the trap was going to come at some point. And Trey Austin doing a good job of making the long cross-court pass over to Brad Halverson, who finishes. And they're going to call a foul on Luke Stone, his second in as many minutes. Szymanski will go back to the line.
Didn't see a lot there. Might have come down a little bit. Might have caught him on the arm. He had his hands up. First is good. And Fari Benjamin's going to check in for Montvedeus Yasunis. Didn't say his name enough this game. That's a great name, Montvedeus Yasunis.
Good shot by Szymanski. I'd be interested to know how many points he has at the conclusion of this game because he's done a great job. Cameron Von Strali to Luke Stone. No good. Good hustle. Good pass.
Oh, I thought Cameron had the chase down steal there. Luke Stone running out in transition. I think that layup was 100% adrenaline, shattering off the backboard there as he just hit it a little too strong.
But that's what you want from your bigs, though, is to run the floor. And he did a good job. You know, he was there defensively. As soon as they got the steal, he was going 100% to get down there and get position. So good job by Luke Stone, even though the shot didn't go in.
Sharma checks in. Vishal Sharma, senior for Rabun Gap, number 3. He's going to get his first minutes right now.
He is from Delhi, India. Also getting ready to check in is John Bonet from Brooklyn, New York, as well as number 33, Bruno Sandamella.
And
so coach is getting a quick foul there to get some subs in, get some guys some opportunity to play. And you can see that Bruno now is no longer wearing that undershirt, which I guess was the issue.
Yes, good spot. Zendamella checks in. Bruno there on the rebound as that first end of the one-on-one rims out. Adam Keever's checked back in for the Greenies as well. So we get some new looks here. John Bonney is going to look at the elbow and airmail it. Vishal Sharma, not the tallest, but that would have been a tough catch for anybody. Goes way high. So light pressure here by Rabun Gap. And in the trap, they find Keever. Oh, almost get out of control, but he got the pass over to Austin, who forwards it to Venstrali. Hello with the baseline drive.
Great play there by Cameron, a senior, getting some minutes on senior night. Great finish there, took the contact, no foul called, but able to take advantage. He's got 4 here.
Ooh, good drive there. Rims out. Trey Austin with the rebound. Forwards it to Cameron. Oh, that one rims out. He can't get his rebound. And Szymanski. Game is opening up here at the end as Sharma throws it off Bruno Zendamella's leg.
Yeah, 38 seconds left here. Kojak will bring the ball up. Greenies have done a great job this game. Really took care of business from the opening tip.
And Strally on the pump fake. He is not messing around as he goes in for another layup. And why not? It's your last game at the Greenie Dome in the regular season. Here's Szymanski. And
that foul will be called on Cameron Von Strali. Szymanski will go back to the line. Greenies here up 27. Have done a good job both defensively and offensively. And in fact, I feel like offensively, if you can hold a team under 45 points, you're doing something right. And I feel like they came in with a game plan of saying force the drive, run them off the three-point line, deny everywhere, and stay with your man. And I feel like, as you can see, it's been great. And good job by Christ School as they will hold on to the ball and will win 66-41 over Rabun Gap. Great job from Christ School on senior night. Jamil, what sort of things did you see from Christ School today offensively that you think gave them this victory here?
I love seeing the patience, and it's funny to say that even though Christ School was playing the way quicker pace in the game, but they didn't just chuck up threes. They waited until someone was open. They looked inside first. They looked for the drives first, and that really carved apart Rabun Gap. And Rabun Gap went into that kind of amoebus box and one, but that gave Greenies trouble for a couple possessions. But they figured it out quick, and they got guys open. And when you get guys that open, you're gonna have an easy time scoring, and it was good to see that.
Yeah, and I think it's really tough. Obviously, we talked about justice throughout this game, but when you're able to finish 6 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the line, 7 of 7, excuse me, and just do some of the things that he did, it's really difficult as a defense to counteract that. Do you double team? Well, the second you do that, he finds an open shooter. They're able to knock down some early threes. So just good job by Christ School all around, offensively and defensively. Good job by the coaching staff, especially Coach Sapelto, Tiger Norman, and Isaac Rankin to say, hey, we need to go into this game. We need to deny everywhere. Let's force them to try and beat us off the dribble, which we saw them have some trouble with. So great job all around. Jamil, heading into the conference tournament, which will take place on Friday. We've now locked up the 2 seed for the conference tournament. We will most likely play Carolina Day, depending on how they did against Asheville Christian Academy today. That game will be at 7 o'clock on Friday. The winner of that will play for the conference championship on 5:30. At 5:30. And lastly, and most importantly, heading into the playoffs now, the first playoff game will be next Tuesday, but we will not find out what seed we are until this Sunday. I'm throwing a lot of dates at people here, but depending on how we do in that seeding meeting, the committee will decide, will we get a home game? And if we do get a home game, you will see CSBN back in action next Tuesday at home, probably around 6 or 6:30, for what will then be the last game heading into the quarterfinals. So 16 teams make playoffs. You got to win 4 games to win the state championship.
So next time we will have a broadcast this Friday?
The conference tournament will be at ACA, all games, regardless of seeding. And then we could potentially play the first game of the NCISAA state playoffs on Tuesday here at home.
In which case, we would have that game broadcast for you.
Absolutely.
Maybe Bobby and me, but probably somewhere.
Hey, we'll see. But nonetheless, thank you guys for joining us on the Christ School Broadcast Network. Greenies win by 25-66-41 to finish out the regular season at 4-3. So thank you guys for joining us. For Jamil Brenneman, I'm Bobby Long, and thanks for joining us.